At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugatz Podcast.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
The show is moving a little too fast. The week is moving a little too fast. Building up the entire week until next Monday. It is a company holiday. It is a holiday around the country. But we're working 2 shows that day because we're going to be doing a live stream of the national championship game. My friends feel bad for me, the friends who are going to the game, the friends who understand that I can't go to the game. Mike Ryan is, I'm assuming, going to the game. The tickets are really hard to get. They're crazy, crazy expensive. I have never been solicited this way by people that I haven't heard from in 20 years because of what this game is. We haven't gotten to the Giannis stuff yet. Giannis was booing his own fans. That seems like something that Miami Heat fans would be interested in. I will be, before the end of the show, nude recreating the Don Bailey Sr. carpet pose at some point. I'm telling you guys. Thank you, Zaslow.
Maybe for the Columbus hit?
Thank you for the support. We are getting into Columbus. Are we getting into Columbus?
Tony
You're confident?
is, like he said earlier, Tony is telling us for hour 2 he's going to be somewhere. I don't know where that will end up, but we're hoping to go to Tony in hour 2.
He was locked in, but then the last segment happened.
The Bucks lost to the Kings at home this year. 2 losses to the Wizards, a 39-point loss to the Nets. They lost to the Nuggets, who were missing 4 starters. They've got a 33-point loss at home to the Wolves without Edwards and Gobert. Like, it's disintegrated there. He's available. He's booing his own fans. Giannis is available. It seems obvious.
It's an interesting strategy from Giannis.
I mean, just make it messy.
But he won't.
He just did. He just did.
He
just did.
Saying out loud, no matter what, I won't ask for a trade. I won't ask for a trade. I won't ask for a trade. That's messy. He claims that it's just because of the way that throughout the year on the road, this is what he does. When he's getting booed on the road, he'll flex and he'll boo the opposing crowd.
But he knows the difference between home and away, right?
Yes, and it's a bit of a reflex. But
big difference.
The biggest difference is that this was clearly like a premeditated feeling, because the booing happened as they went in for the half and they were down 30 plus. And this happened on the first bucket of the second half. This is not like, oh, it was much later in the game or it was in the flow of the game. This is the first opportunity that he had to do something like this.
Does he think it's inappropriate for the fan to boo the home team that's down by 30 to the Kings?
Well, he reacted to it after the game.
Like an inappropriate thing for the fans to be upset about?
Look, they had a really poor showing, and they continue to struggle amidst a moment like this one.
Wouldn't the Bucks trailing the Kings at home by 30 be like one of the top reasons to boo if you're a fan?
Well, it was the Timberwolves, but it would be against the Kings, too.
Okay, Timberwolves, sorry.
But it's the Timberwolves without Edwards and Gobert.
Right.
Good correction,
That's what
Jeremy. I mean. Just useless correction. So
some would say that team without Gobert and Edwards is the Kings.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
The things that I need to get to. We need to keep this moving. Emmy winner Jeremy, he put the Emmy in Jeremy, is gaining confidence around here. He called Zaz a dumbass earlier. That seemed out of character.
That was wild.
A lot of names have been thrown around today.
Cote, again, it's Wednesday. Please find me a hurricane that will read what Mike Ryan, just find me one. Get one in studio. I want one in studio before the end of the show, a hurricane of some repute, to read this quote to threaten Indiana from Mike Ryan. But in front of Greg Cote, he has fished something out of his garage. I believe they are the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm looking at them right now, and I don't know what this is. Can we take some guesses on what this is? We've asked Greg Cote to go through his garage, to find in his garage just an assortment of things that haven't moved in 50 years, and he's got something. Zazzle, why don't you describe it to the audio audience?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like part of the set of the movie National Treasure. It looks like the thing Nicolas Cage is carrying around.
A manifesto, scrolls of some sort. Does anyone in the shipping container have any guesses as to what it is that Greg Cote has here that he is soon going to reveal for us?
Is that like my first school project?
when I was like 4 years old.
Is this a sports thing, Greg? Can you give us some hints? Is this a sports thing from your garage?
It is a sports thing. It's related to the Cote family legend, PFBI.
Is it the original column you wrote to trade Dan Marino?
That is framed on the wall next to Pat Riley over there. Roy, if you want to get that and hold that up for the people we have. Okay, Jeremy will do it.
This came about 20 years before that.
All right, so do you want to unspool it? We're not getting a lot of guesses here, but it looks like it's poster sized. It's got a lot of stains on it. What are those stains? They look like coffee stains. What are those stains?
Those are the stains of time. It's been in a plastic tub for decades. I had forgotten all about it, and then you asked me to bring in some artifacts. I brought in 3. I brought in a 1967 Dolphins media guide. I brought in the first known photo of me when I think I was still a teenager on the job interviewing someone.
And you brought the Bill of Rights.
And then I refer to it as the Magna Carta, but we're on the same wavelength there.
The Bill of Wrongs. So go ahead and spread that out. I feel like I'm going to start coughing because of the amount of dust in there. Because it looks dirty, looks old, and it really does look like something you would fish out of an Egyptian pyramid near a mummy that would be thousands of years old. Yeah. And it looks like a big, giant birth certificate. It is a certificate of appreciation. This presentation is made to Commissioner Gregory Paul Cote on this day, December 27, 1971, in appreciation for a job well done while serving as Commissioner of Professional Football Predictions Incorporated. All members of the league wish to express their what's that word? Their profound. Oh, their profound thanks. Dan. Well, the cursive is bad.
They're writing in cursive.
Their profound thanks and gratitude for his diligence and performance of the duties of the Office of Commissioner. Signed, Dick's Rough Riders, Dad's Dynamics, and Greg's Lobos.
So you signed it for yourself.
You made that for yourself?
It was cursive back then. Hey, kids,
talking to the mic.
This is what cursive looks like. No, I believe my brother did this. I did not make this.
I cannot believe
myself.
Uncle Dick would do that.
Well, we'll ask him.
Seems like something you would write for yourself.
I didn't.
And then have the family sign it.
I'm honor myself with an appreciation of.
You do it once a year. There's a time during the PFBI Gala where you go, now let's hear it for the commissioner, Greg Cote.
Well, I also floated the idea of a PFBI Hall of Fame, and that never got off the ground. But anyway, I hadn't seen this in decades, and I was thrilled that...
the color on the writing is held up.
It has, yeah, but the paper itself, I think when I went through that rat phase... rats will eat anything. They'll eat cardboard. They'll eat cotton. They'll eat anything you put in front of them. And I think there may have been some rat involvement on that. I'm not sure.
I just saw playing dominoes in the other room a credentialed and famous Miami Hurricane, and they work quickly over there to get us people when we need them to read Mike Ryan quotes from threads that he didn't want read.
Heisman Trophy winner.
4 TSLs deep.
That is too many.
When I say
hints.
4, it was 8.
Too many hints. When you say former Heisman Trophy winner,
12.
that makes it 2 people, Greg.
Yeah.
I was trying to be cryptic to the audio audience so that it can.
Pretty obvious, though, no?
Audio audience.
The audio audience, Greg.
No, I misspoke. It's not a Heisman Trophy.
Misspoke.
You know what?
Yeah. I was just kidding.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Sport came out of your mouth.
Just get out of here, Greg, for 2 minutes. You've been on fire today. We'll get to the Heisman Trophy winner, Gino Torretta, in a second. Mike, print out that quote you didn't want anyone to see so that he can read it right next to you, please.
In sports, championships aren't won alone. They're won with the right people around you. That's exactly what Intuit TurboTax brings to taxes. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, match with a dedicated tax expert who handles your taxes from start to finish. The experience is seamless. Start in person, finish online, move between both whenever needed. The dedicated tax expert keeps things updated every step of the way so nothing falls between the cracks. Think of it like having a great head coach with a solid game plan. The plays are called, adjustments are made, and the work gets done while everyone stays focused on what actually matters. And just like game film doesn't wait for business hours, neither do taxes. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, you can get any tax question answered at no extra cost, even on nights and weekends during tax season. This is having someone in your corner running the whole operation and helping put points on the board. Get started at TurboTax.com. Only available with Intuit TurboTax Full Service experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Hello, listeners. You know that I live in Miami, which means my idea of quote-unquote winter is just putting on a hoodie or a cardigan and acting like I've suffered. But every time that I travel somewhere that's actually cold, I'm reminded that my wardrobe is completely and utterly unprepared. But that right there is where Quince comes in. I also realized that if I'm going to be on camera for broadcast gigs, I probably shouldn't look like I just grabbed whatever was closest to the door. Quince makes clothes that deliver premium materials, thoughtful design, and pieces that hold up season after season after season after season. And particularly with Quince, their outerwear has been the thing that's especially impressed me. Those down jackets, wool coats, Italian leather, and folks, that cashmere sweater, ridiculously soft, looks great, and somehow doesn't cost what you'd expect. Trust me, I am the only one on this show who actually dresses to impress, and Quince is what's now helping me do it. Refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Dan. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dan.
All right, kicking things off with Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the NFL and the number one vodka in the world. Chris Cote, you're here.
Smirnoff!
Wow, you're on the money with Smirnoff.
Smirnoff!
Chris, you know what goes great with Smirnoff?
Smirnoff!
Yes, but I'm really talking about game day fit. The style's got to match the vibe.
Smirnoff!
All right, here's the deal. Game day is everything, and that's exactly why your fit has to match the occasion.
Smirnoff!
Starting this December, Smirnoff is giving fans 21 and over the chance to score limited edition Smirnoff commission merchandise from some of today's top creators, including Kayla Jones, Gavin Matthew, and Aleli May.
Smirnoff!
Here's the kicker. One lucky fan will take home the grand prize, a trip to the biggest game of the offseason. Plus, one fan will win Aleli May's one-of-one game day jacket.
Wow.
The merch will be dropped on select dates from December to January 21, and it's all courtesy of what brand?
Smirnoff!
That's right, Chris. Fans 21 and over can head to Smirnoff Socials to learn how to sign up. And don't forget to grab a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, number 21 at your local retailer.
Smirnoff!
Please drink responsibly.
Smirnoff!
Number 21 vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anybody under legal drinking age.
Smirnoff!
No purchase necessary. Must be legal U.S. resident, 21 or older. Sweepstakes starts 12/15/2025 at 12 a.m. Eastern and ends 1/23/2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. See official rules at program website.
Don Batard.
He, for some reason, would do a Gary Stevens impersonation of the offensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins and the University of Miami. Go ahead. Do you want to do that for the people? Your Gary Stevens impersonation? You want to give people some of that? 30 years in the making.
Stugats.
What? Who needs me?
Oh, that?
What?
I do that my whole life.
You're going to go to Buffalo and win with Bernie Pomeroy? Who needs me?
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugats.
Jessica's going to join us here in a little bit. But Zaslow, I've been remiss in not getting to this. LeBron James, this is interesting when he's going to fight his way out with the Lakers, and he's going to continue to try and change the paradigm in a number of different ways. Rich Paul is doing a podcast and has been doing a podcast here for a little while. And if you thought Max Kellerman was going to come back into this game quietly, he is not. So this is all very purposeful. Max Kellerman getting back in at the top of the media game is doing, he could have chosen anything. Max Kellerman really could have chosen anything. He chose to do this podcast with Rich Paul, who is interested in changing the way all of this is done. Rich Paul is an agent. Rich Paul, as the agent for LeBron, has an uncommon amount of power, and he's just sitting there on a podcast pissing off Laker management by doing things like this with Max Kellerman.
The Lakers have options. If I was the Lakers, I would probably be targeting the Memphis Grizzlies as a trade partner
for
Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, that'd be a great fit.
I would.
For whom?
Well, that's the thing. The package just goes out is what you have to decide. Because if you're able to trade out expirings and give up the last first round pick you got, that could be one scenario, right? Or you could say, let me withhold that, but this comes with
Austin Reeves.
This comes with a very unemotional attachment because Austin is beloved, which he should be.
But he's about to get
he's an underdog. And here's the thing. If there's a world where you can do what's best for your team and do what's best for Austin, because Austin deserves to get paid.
That is fairly uncommon, what we just witnessed there. And LeBron is flexing through his agent, but LeBron is distancing himself from all of that by saying, oh, no, Rich Paul's his own man, his own man, his own man. Fascinating to me, all of it, because if the Lakers think they're bigger than LeBron James, and I understand why they would, the last 15 years have emboldened LeBron James to do things the way that he wants, and he's got out here a mouthpiece for him who is his own man, but is developing his own media persona and is going out on what an interesting choice for Rich Paul to be able to do this with anybody and for Max Kellerman to be able to do this with anybody, and they chose to do it with each other.
And for Rich Paul to do it, when we're in the peak of NBA trade season. We're a month away from the trade deadline. And so LeBron got asked about it last night, and LeBron's trying to distance himself from it. And like you said, Rich is his own man. I think I hope people know that, and if they're not sensible to that, then I don't know what to tell them. I think it lacks a little bit of self-awareness there, where LeBron seems he doesn't understand why anyone would try and connect the dots there, that the most powerful agent in the game, who's the most powerful agent in the game because he represents LeBron James, is trading players to and from LeBron's current team, and people are thinking, wow, I wonder if that's passive-aggressive LeBron, who's kind of putting the words in Rich Paul's mouth there. So there's a little bit of a lack of self-awareness there, but I also don't understand, that's a move from Rich Paul, where he's getting up there and trading someone else's clients. And by the way,
well, Max Kellerman's the one who inserted the name by name Austin Reeves there. That's not something that's not what Rich said, but then he followed him down the path.
And Austin Reeves' agent confronted Rich Paul last night at the game. They apparently had a conversation courtside for a few minutes. I mean, you don't want another agent, the biggest agent, trading your client. It's kind of inappropriate.
I want to get back to this, but we have royalty in the house, and at the risk of making things awkward, as I always do, Mike, would you like to hold Gino Torretta right now? Because I really do feel like
that didn't take long.
Danny got mad at me because I said Warren Moon when I saw his jersey.
Said, nice
he goes,
Warren
no,
Moon
that's
jersey.
Cam Ward. I'm like, I just showed my age. It's Warren Moon, and that's an Oilers jersey, right?
Those look like old Oilers.
Yeah.
I've seen Gino once in the last, I don't know how many years. It's been a long time, but it was in an airport, and it was basically just the both of us going, Cam Ward, huh?
LAX.
Cam Ward's pretty good, huh? At the position. He didn't win a Heisman, but you did, Gino. You did. Where is that Heisman right now?
It is on the bookcase at home.
Weird. You don't bring your trophies with you to work. That's strange.
No.
What a highly conventional place for it.
They're a little heavy. This one's a little heavy and large.
Do we want to give Gino the telestrator?
Well, I want to give him the telestrator, and I want to give him the Mike Ryan speech to make. And is he willing to do this? I haven't prepped him for any of this, and I haven't seen him for a while, so I don't know how playful he wants to be with this.
The only time I get invites on this show is when Dan wasn't in and Stu Gatz would invite me.
Yeah. Whoa!
I don't know who that is. Gino.
I don't know why, Mike. We got ties.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. You're a Heisman Trophy winner and a legend. You don't have to do what Dan's going to ask you to do right now.
All right. I just learned how to play dominoes. First time's a charm.
Let me preface this by saying this was about 12 tequila soda limes deep.
This is a tweet from Mike Ryan, the guy wearing...
It wasn't a tweet. It was a thread,
because he was hiding from the nation.
So we need this to be more intimidating than the way Mike Ryan did it, where he's basically threatening Indiana, but it's a mild threat, and we don't think that coming from him it's as strong as it would be coming from a voice, sound, face of college football and the Hurricanes, and I don't think it's too dangerous for you to say. So, Chris, can you give Gino Torretta some music here of some sort?
And I'm just reading this?
Yeah, but you've got to go summon
with
your
passion.
I'm going voice.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a broadcasting legend too, so Gino knows how to find
But also the soul of Hurricane Fire.
Yeah, Ray Lewis is what we want.
Indiana's coming into town. They're playing a big game, Gino, in Miami. Miami doesn't lose the big games.
Miami Gardens, Dan.
In Miami.
Do you know how to summon the soul of Hurricane Fire, as Dan put it?
Sure.
Would you like to threaten?
All right, we got some music.
Yeah.
We ready?
Yeah.
You haven't been tested. Our minds, bodies, and spirits have been in hell since Halloween. You're walking into an asylum. The same folks picking you have been pouring dirt on our grave for 2.5 months or 20-some years. We're still standing. We're forged in fire, been fighting for our lives longer than you've mattered. See you in a week. Spot the goddamn ball.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm ready. Let's go.
What I said, Dan?
Talking about.
Carries a lot more weight when it's a Heisman Trophy winner saying it.
Now do it with Mike holding you. Gino, how hard is it to get into that stadium and be around that game? You have some power, but I imagine you're getting inundated with people who think you could get them tickets.
Yes. Calls from people I haven't seen or heard from in 35 years.
That takes some balls to be that person.
Did you have any people do the thing where a week early they just do the
that's a good move.
Hey, check it in. How you been?
Good
just
move.
Setting up for the week later where they're like, hey, we caught up last week.
Oh no, I got it after the Fiesta Bowl. I think my first text was I woke up in Phoenix and it was probably 5-something in the morning and I got a text. And it was like, hey, do you know how we get tickets? And I'm like, no.
How is Stugatz doing?
What percentage of people, like if 1 to 100%, are you going to be able to actually get tickets, and how many are going to be disappointed?
0. I'm in the same boat. So basically, the alumni, we can put in a request for 2 tickets, and we have to use one of them. And I don't know how they're going to decide. We did that yesterday. Thursday, they're gonna tell us. I've been asked by Sirius to do some pregame, so I'm going to get a credential. But my wife wants to go to the game, so
I'm not saying no to Gino.
How do they decide which players? Gino, you got to be at the very top of the list.
I don't know. I mean, Sap's like, hey, I need a parking pass. I'm like, dude, they're $1,000 online. I don't know. I mean, the bad thing is I'm on the Orange Bowl committee, and normally I get to buy my same tickets that I have for the Orange Bowl for the championship game, but this year my 14 seats are corporate. So,
Mike Ryan, how many parking passes have you gotten? How many tickets have you gotten?
12.
See, but he's probably like a big booster and a donor and all that stuff.
I didn't win a Heisman, but
if I wear a 26 jersey, I think there's some guys on the sidelines. I don't know how they get down there the last few games. So,
as someone who really knows college football, still modern college football as well, can you separate your emotion from your analysis on this game? Like, what do you believe is going to happen? But answer my first question first. Can you separate your emotion from your analysis?
Yes. I would say this. Emotionally, I'm rooting for Mendoza because he's a stud. He's a local kid. Met him in New York at the Heisman, and great story. And I can remember doing a game, Cal and USC, and they lost 50-49. And I remember, Dan, looking at my boards going, who the hell is this kid from Miami, and why isn't he at Miami? Because he was accurate as hell with the ball throwing, and he's gotten better from there. So I think, individually, I guess all of us kind of root for guys individually. Obviously, Miami, they have the talent, skill up front. They have mass on the offensive line. A little different than, when we were in school. It was all speed and using the skill guys on the outside. I think there are some guys on Miami's team that remind me of guys I played with. I think Fletcher's a guy just give me the damn ball. I'm not going to let us lose. I think Malachi's the same way. He's just been dynamic and unbelievable. Bain. I think as far as when you look at the matchup, Indiana may not have the superstar power, I guess, that we have outside of Mendoza, but they play arguably the best team football of anybody in college football. Now, the bad thing is everybody's blowing smoke up there, and saying they're the best team since the LSU, Joe Burrow teams.
That's a rat
poison.
But if they win this game, Gino, they will be regarded as such. If they win this game, they will have to be considered one of the best teams of all time.
I think they will be considered to have one of the best seasons. LSU, you got to go back. I add in the fact of look at the picks on their team.
The pros.
I don't think that Indiana's going to have that type of draft day success. I would say if they won, Mendoza will have had the best, by far, playoff bowl performance of anybody in the history of college football. I think that what he's done, he's gotten better every week. It's just it's amazing the accuracy he has, the precision he has, and nobody's been able to get him off platform. Even when Ohio State lit him up in the first play, even the first series last game, they didn't look great. He makes adjustments, and he's been pretty impressive.
Well, while I agree, they certainly don't have the talent and the NFL draft talent that LSU team did. I think people do this thing where they see the 8 blue chippers, the 5 and 4 stars, and they say, wow, this team is really maximizing on their talent. They're plenty talented. I think when it's all said and done, they probably have 4 first-rounders on that offense when you have Mendoza, the center, Surratt, and I know that Charlie Becker is not eligible for the draft, but he's looking like a player. I think he's PFF's highest-rated wide receiver since Week 11. He's really come on. So they got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, not Justin Jefferson, the guys that are like the best in the NFL.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all. That's all.
Fair enough.
What's impressive when you watch their defense, they are sound in their assignments. Like, they don't miss gaps. They don't let somebody cut back and just gash them.
Everyone's had a 50-pound advantage on their defensive line. Like, everyone has that advantage.
I mean, they lost arguably their best rusher.
Yeah.
To a freak knee injury after the Big Ten championship game, and they have just not missed a beat. So, yeah, it's been impressive. They're sound. They don't beat themselves, and at some point in time, everybody's like, get to the quarterback. Hell, yeah, get to the quarterback. A little easier said than done, because it seems like Mendoza, if you rush him, he gets rid of it quick, or he's been athletic enough to make some plays.
Gino, I can't stop watching the Carson Beck touchdown. Can you take us what you were feeling, that play, and all the emotion?
Well, one, I obviously I thought that it being there, I was like, man, does LSU or Ole Miss have the magic at the end, and we don't have enough time? And then we march down and get in that range. I just remember watching the play, and I mean, obviously we're trying to throw to Malachi. He gets doubled, and Carson looks right. And I watched the D tackle for Ole Miss fall down, and he's just gassed. I mean, the guy can't even get up at that point.
People were upset at him. People like Ole Miss fans, he quit. People were upset.
How many plays had he played at that point in time? I mean, guys got no gas at that point. And when he turned back around, he didn't even run. And I go, touchdown. And my buddy in the box goes, what do you mean touchdown? I go, there's nobody over there. All he's got to do is at 55, I could run for a touchdown at that point in time. But
that's a visual manifestation of a team getting worn down, though. That's what Miami's offensive line will do to you. It'll make you stay on the ground.
They're enormous. Yeah. You know what I mean? I still work out at the Wellness Center on campus. You see that Markel Bell, and it's just like, if you walk next to him, it's like a shadow.
The weird part about that is Miami's never had the great offensive lineman. I know McKinney was drafted high.
This guy's bigger than McKinney. That's why I like, Dan, his size. It's just like, you look at these guys, you're like, he's enormous. And then they figured out, I don't know, the pile pushes are I don't know how they're legal in football, because I don't think they were when I played.
They shouldn't be.
But, man, they get kind of stopped, and it's just like, push the whole pile 8-12 yards.
I pop for that. I love it.
Gino, we'll get back to you in a second, but out there they're summoning you to Domino's because somebody, I think it was Robert, the IT guy, said he wanted to kick your Heisman ass.
Oh, wow.
We'll come back and get you.
Let me put it to you this way. I ended with the most, whatever you call them, cards. Yeah. I was saying this is like Uno, but my partner dropped them and we won. So all right. I don't know what that means.
Features. Go ahead and get out there. We'll come back to you because we've got Jessica coming in here. We'll come back to you in a second. We also have to go back out to Tony at Columbus. Also, I'm going to be nude later in the show, laying on
what
the carpet.
What a show.
Yeah. And we got a lot going on.
Folks, if you're a pet parent like me, you know about Chewy. And when they say they have everything to keep your pet happy and healthy, they are not messing around. I say that as someone who just adopted a pet. My dog, Samantha Bennett, we call her Benny. She's great. And immediately I realized I need everything all at once. Food, treats, toys, a bed that she actually likes. Chewy made it easy. They've got over 100,000 products from all the brands my pet loves, delivered right to my door in 1 to 2 days. And it's not just dogs and cats, it's birds, fish, reptiles, all of it. They also make pet health simple with prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and even vet clinics rolling out across the country. I use Chewy, Samantha Bennett uses Chewy, so you should too. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to save $20 off your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Happy New Year, everybody. 2026 is already getting off to an incredible start because you want to know how I rang in the new year? It was with a bunch of friends in a Dallas hotel lobby bar ordering a bunch of Miller Lights because that's how you do it. That's how you make special memories. Miller Lite has been by my side at many special football memories this year, and hopefully we get to write a few more memories with Miller Lite. Some of my most legendary moments have started that exact same way. A buddy's house, a lobby bar, a game, no big plan. And then you crack open a Miller Lite, you take a sip, and you look around, and you immediately recognize that you made the right call. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is turning up the stakes this NFL playoffs. Every Sunday, every DraftKings customer has a shot at over $2.5 million in prizes. Holy moly. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app and opt in. Place a live bet of just $1 or more on Sunday's playoff games, and every live bet gives you another chance to win. The more you bet live, the more entries you stack, all Sunday long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use code DAN. Bet live for your share of $2.5 million in prizes with code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. 3 sweepstakes with separate opt-ins. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes, either bonus bets that expire in 7 days or single-use profit boost. See official rules at dkng.co/live-millions for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
Don Batard.
Jess, you can't talk about double-digit national titles when every single call of you winning the national title sounds like this. Oh, there's Chubby Checker running down the sideline. if the audio... Yeah,
that's not true.
Yeah, and there's a World War II veteran pitching into another white guy, and he avoids another white guy. Oh, my God, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, have done it again for the 8th time, only playing white people.
Stugats.
Chubby Checker.
I'm sorry.
He's black.
He's black, and I was like, what's a white named Chubby Checker? I picked a black. I'm sorry, man. I'm improv here. It's a pretty cool riff.
Chubby Checker running down the side.
He spells it differently. All right, his name is Chubby. Maybe you didn't hear me correctly. His name is Chubby Checkers. There's an S at the end.
I feel like that should be the largest of 5.
Yeah, Chubby. Yeah, it's Chubby Checker. It sounds like a college football name.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
So Jessica's here, and I was fairly shocked to learn this. I feel like this was her man betraying her, but during the Steelers game, during a Steelers loss, this is not made up, it is not altered. This is Jessica has released this to the public. She had fallen asleep, and this was the sound that was coming out of her face.
You can hear Al Michaels in the background.
This is people are going to think that's altered, Jessica. What happened here?
Hi, Dan. It's nice to see you too. Thanks for setting it up that way. This was actually during the Bears game Saturday night, and the setup is I got really cozy and comfy in my jammies, and I thought there's no way the Bears are going to, my Chicago Bears are going to come back in this game. So I got a little cozy and I closed my eyes, and then the next morning Lehman showed me this on his phone.
It's fairly startling. Was it a betrayal? Did Lehman just betray you?
Yes. He said, "Are you in a good mood right now?" And I said, "Why would you ask me that?" He's like, "Are you capable of seeing something that may upset you?" And I said, "I mean, yeah, sure. What is it?" I thought it was going to be like something terrible about like a sports team that I follow. And instead he pulled up his voice recordings and played that for me. I still think it may have been the dog.
This sounds like some milligrams here. How many are we thinking? 10, 20?
It sounds like a lumberjack.
It does.
After just an exhausting day in the forest.
It was a long set. I got a lot of fresh air on Saturday. What's a gal to do, Dan? I was sleepy. It was late. I belong in the central time zone. No one should be on the East Coast to watch primetime football games.
You do understand no one's going to believe that is actually you. They're going to think that we altered that.
Why not? I mean, it kind of fits my whole. I sneeze loud. I snore loud. I was with a baby yesterday, like a 6-week-old baby she's having a tough time sleeping at night, Dan, and she finally fell asleep in her mother's arms, and then I had to sneeze really bad, and I let it rip, and I woke the baby up, and I felt so bad about it, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
A week ago, you were drinking fake alcohol on here, celebrating the Steelers, and now...
Who was drinking alcohol? Not me.
Tomlin has now been fired, or he's stepped down, excuse me. How do you feel about this today?
Thank you. I think I have mixed feelings. I'm not celebrating that he stepped down, but I also think it kind of feels like it was time. Like 19 years is a really long time. It had been sort of the same story for the last few seasons where the team is, claws its way into the playoffs, and then I have to watch a brutally embarrassing wild card weekend playoff loss to Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or, the Houston Texans defense. And so I get why he would want to move on. It doesn't sound like a decision that he made after Monday night. It sounds like something he'd been thinking about for most of the season based off of Jeremy Fowler's reporting. So I kind of get it. It makes sense. And, I'm sad. I'm going to miss him. But, 20 years is a long time.
Jess, better chance for the Steelers next year. They're in the playoffs again, or they have the number 1 overall pick?
Probably the latter, if I had to guess. I think it's a tough spot for any new coach to come in because the quarterback situation is obviously very unsettled. I think the bright side for me is it sounds like Aaron Rodgers' return is extremely unlikely now, so that's great. Didn't want to run that one back next year, but yeah, I mean, if you look at the available jobs, like in your same division, you've got a job in Baltimore with a MVP caliber quarterback, and then you've got the Steelers who have a decent roster, but some flawed, expensive contracts on older players. But at the same time, like there's some nice younger players. Like they've drafted well in the interior of the lines and have some nice younger players there. But with the quarterback situation being what it is, yeah, I think that's going to be tough for whoever takes that job.
Jess, what do you think Tomlin's legacy is? Because despite the relentless winning seasons, 1 Super Bowl win, a bad finish, I think it's fair to say, with the playoff win drought. What do you see his legacy in the bigger picture?
In the big picture, I think Hall of Fame head coach that won a Super Bowl in Pittsburgh, that had a record of not losing seasons, winning seasons that but I don't think anyone's ever going to break, Greg, honestly. I think, like, if you look at the last few years, yeah, it's been disappointing, but it's still been better than a lot of other teams. And so you give him credit for what he's done with imperfect rosters and without a franchise quarterback. But over the span of 19 years, I think, without a doubt, a Hall of Famer and one of the best to ever do it.
Dan, you think he's going to go Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that up for dispute?
There's a lot of coaches who've won a Super Bowl that are not in the Hall of Fame.
Questions as 100% he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Every coach who wins a Super Bowl is in the Hall of Fame?
100% he's going
no one said that. You're changing the argument. That's a straw man.
It's the one who has 19 straight winning seasons and
Dan, don't fall for it. That's a straw man argument. No one said every coach that wins a Super Bowl makes the Hall of Fame, Zaz.
Straw man.
We're talking about one specific coach.
He's a really good coach. He's a really good coach.
Yeah, never had a losing season.
No, 9-8 is not that great. All right.
I agree with you. I think it's been imperfect the last.
The better question to me is Antonio Brown a Hall of Famer? Because Antonio Brown's statistics, like, they're a good deal better than the wide receivers that you guys are talking about that have been snubbed. This isn't Torrey Holt. Antonio Brown was the best receiver in football for 5 straight seasons.
He might be a Hall of Famer, but they will not vote him in.
okay, but I think it's
There
a
are
better
character clause, or
I think it's a better question than is Mike Tomlin going to be a Hall of Famer? Because I think Mike Tomlin's is obvious, and there's nothing bad to put there. There's nothing bad to put next to Mike Tomlin's resume. Like, you could say no playoff victories, but winning seasons every year. She's talking about a record that's not going to be broken.
There's a little stigma about one Super Bowl, and I think it applies to Aaron Rodgers as well. And it may be unfair, but if you have a great career and win only one Super Bowl, that's a stigma.
Greg, do you think Aaron Rodgers should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, without question. No, I
so
do.
obviously there's exceptions then,
and
even though there may be a stigma to one Super Bowl.
And I think Tomlin will be in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think it's unfair to ask whether or not he will be. I don't know that it's just an absolute no-brainer.
She's got a weekly podcast, Notre Dame podcast, The Echoes, with Mike Golick Jr. Before this game that's being played, I don't know if you're going to be a part of our live stream on Monday. I hope so. It might be too late for you. You might be snoring. Do you have both a rooting interest and a thought on the way that game is going to go?
I don't really have a rooting. I've gone back and forth on this. I don't really have a rooting interest, Dan. My best friend Priya went to Indiana and has been following along on their postseason journey. So I'm probably going to be with her this weekend, and I'll probably have to cheer for Indiana. But I don't really have a dog in the fight, so I'm rooting for a good game.
How about your analysis as someone who loves college football and loves the minutia of breaking down games? What are your thoughts about Mendoza's precision against Miami's physical strength?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a better game than people are giving it credit for. I think that having the Oregon-Indiana game be so recent in people's minds, which was a total Dan Lanning disaster class, is kind of making people think that, like, oh man, Miami's got no shot. But I do think it's going to be a good battle in the trenches. I think Mendoza has obviously been really excellent. I think if Indiana plays their A+ game, they're probably going to win the game. But I think it's more of a game than maybe the spread is giving it credit for.
Thank you, Jess.
Folks, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is turning up the stakes this NFL playoffs. Each Sunday, every DraftKings customer has a shot at over $2.5 million in prizes. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app and opt in. Place a live bet of just $1 or more on Sunday's playoff games.
DraftKings.
There's two crings.
And every live bet gives you another chance to win. The more you bet live, the more entries you stack all Sunday long. Download the DraftKings app right now and use code Dan. Bet live for your share of $2.5 million in prizes with code Dan. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
That guy's not winning an Emmy.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. 3 sweepstakes with separate opt-ins. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes, either bonus bets that expire in 7 days or single-use profit boost. See official rules at dkng.co/live-millions for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
Folks, if you're a pet parent like me, you know about Chewy. And when they say they have everything to keep your pet happy and healthy, they are not messing around. I say that as someone who just adopted a pet. My dog, Samantha Bennett, we call her Benny. She's great. And immediately I realized I need everything all at once. Food, treats, toys, a bed that she actually likes. Chewy made it easy. They've got over 100,000 products from all the brands my pet loves, delivered right to my door in 1 to 2 days. And it's not just dogs and cats, it's birds, fish, reptiles, all of it. They also make pet health simple with prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and even vet clinics rolling out across the country. I use Chewy, Samantha Bennett uses Chewy, so you should too. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chupanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's chupanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to save $20 off your first order with free shipping. chupanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.